Now we're going live. Here we are. Now we're live. Hey, Eric, let's try that again. Eric and I thought we were live. Sorry for anybody who's waiting. We thought we were live 3 minutes ago, but it turns out I just didn't click the go live button. Um, but we are live now, Eric. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you, man?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was just saying I'm in southern Spain. I'm in Malaga. It's beautiful weather here, and it's a Friday afternoon, so I can't really complain that much. How's the weather up in Stockholm?
It's great. We got actually the sun is out now,
Oh, nice.
which is okay. Um, but it's yeah, it's quite windy, honestly.
Right.
Other than that, the sun is out. It's Friday, so it's quite good.
Fantastic. So I was just saying last week we were talking about, well, not last week. When did we do this last? A few weeks ago. We were talking about Donald Trump and his tariffs and their effect on the forex market and all of that. And we could do that. We could do something like that again. But and I think we probably will. Probably next time we'll have to do a recap and talk about the next round of tariffs that are coming through on April the 2nd. And but this time I thought we'd do something a little bit more educational and something that's always, unfortunately, a feature of the forex trading world, which is forex trading scams. And I know you've got some
Yeah,
questions, so
yeah,
maybe we can get into it.
yeah, sure. Um, oh, they can't see our faces. Not right now. They can't see our beautiful faces, Chris,
They can't see our
on the live stream.
faces. Oh no, that's a shame.
Well, that's perhaps better than nothing.
No, but we want them to see our beautiful faces. Let's see if we can change that. Um,
I honestly haven't showered. We see Chris screen. All right. They only see your screen, Chris.
Let me see my screen. It's a real shame. Let's have a look here. No, we want. I think I know why. Sorry, guys. I'm on my laptop today rather than on my home computer. So we'll. Hmm, we don't want that one. Maybe you
And
can do a
also
browser.
give us some slack. This is our second time we're doing it, and Chris is not at home.
No, we don't want that one. So why was yes? So why can't I get that to display? Yeah, we want the primary monitor. Well, that is a shame. But I don't look. I think we're going to have to continue anyway because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't figure this out. I can't figure this
yeah.
out now. But
Let's let's skip our faces for this time.
we got to skip our faces this time. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. Um, but I think we can make this educational anyway.
yeah,
And I think it's more important to see what's on my screen than to see our faces.
yeah.
So, but we'll make sure we can fix it next time. It's odd; it was working fine just a few minutes ago. But anyway, Eric, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's have a chat about
Yeah.
forex trading scams. And I think we'll talk a little bit about how they work, what they are, and um, and then we will have a discussion of how to avoid them and what they and maybe if you have been scammed or you're worried, maybe you know someone who's been scammed, some ways of resolution and how you can deal with it.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is like uh, when it comes to forex trading, for me, who got almost zero clue what is going on.
Hmm.
It feels like everything is a scam almost, honestly,
Yeah.
and people are so afraid of it. So what is a Forex scam in general?
Yeah, so Forex trading scam, and it's interesting you say that. You don't have a clue, you don't know what's going on, and this is the primary target of people who of scammers, of people who don't really know what's going on. So Forex trading scams are, I mean, Forex trading is quite well known, and there's this mystique about it that we try and combat at FX Scouts. That and it's quite well known for being a get rich quick scheme, which it isn't. But a lot of people think about it in those terms. So a lot of people who don't
Yeah,
understand forex trading scams or forex trading in general, when they hear about forex trading, they go, "Oh, it's get rich quick scheme," and so that is already lodged in a lot of people's minds, right? That's what a lot of people already think about, and so when they're what generally happens in a forex trading scam is somebody will approach you and they'll say, "Hey, I'm a professional forex trader." And or I have got a or I've developed a forex trading algorithm, and if you give me your money, I can take your $1,000 or your 1,000 rand or your 1,000 Swedish crowns, and I can turn it into 10,000 crowns or $10,000 in a few days. You just got to trust me and give me your money. And this is generally how most forex trading scams start. And they can take different forms. People are approached in different ways, but the base is still the same. It's preying on either people's need. So a lot of people, unfortunately, who are victimized by forex trading scams are people who are in trouble financially and they need to find a way out, or they're people who are greedy. You know, human nature. We're all greedy, right? At the end of the day, and they go, "Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I could really use $10,000." So, but the essentially at the end of the day, it's someone, forex trading scam will be someone who has convinced you that they can forex trade, or that you can forex trade, or that a computer can forex trade for you and make you loads of money. And of course,
yeah,
the whole thing is a lie.
yeah. And when it comes to like Forex scams and everything, like crypto is such a big hole when it comes to scams, right?
Hmm.
Because it feels like we all hear like almost every single day I hear something about like a crypto scam,
Hmm.
uh, which is going like mainstream. Like we have that Hawk Tuah coin and the Donald
Oh
Trump
yeah.
coin and like every single coin there is.
Hmm.
So like, why are there so many scams around crypto?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of scams around crypto. I mean, for two reasons. One, crypto is sexy, right?
Yeah,
Everybody's heard about crypto. They know that it's a new big thing and that it's a way of and that people they can make a lot of money on it. So people hear crypto, they go, "Oh, well, that's interesting and that's kind of cool." The second reason why crypto is so big in scams is anonymity, right?
yeah,
So a lot of scammers will come to their victims and they'll ask to be paid in crypto. And the reason they do this is because cryptocurrency is anonymous. You know, if I send you, you know, whatever, 100 Bitcoin, I can transfer it from a digital wallet to a digital wallet and there's no way of tracing you. If I send you a
yeah,
bank transfer, then the bank can track exactly, oh, it's gone from Chris Kamak, it's gone to Eric, you know, and they can see exactly where it is. And so in the olden days, before crypto, scammers did have to worry about that. They had to worry about where, you know, they had to say, okay, I can't take money. If I take a bank transfer, I'm going to have to close down that bank account and run. But now with crypto, you don't need to do that. You know, I can
yeah,
scam someone. I can say, pay me in crypto, and I never have to do it. And I can keep my crypto wallet open, and I can be completely anonymous. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, and we'll talk about crypto a little bit more when we have a look at some scams. But yeah, people use crypto both in the language and the idea of crypto to draw people in because they think it's cool, and then also as a tool to avoid being tracked down.
yeah. Well, that's interesting. Like,
Hmm.
because you cannot trace everything,
Hmm.
as you said. Uh, and also another place which a lot of scams happens. Well, from what I've learned anyway, is
Hmm.
from social media.
Yeah.
Uh, so, like, why is it so easily? Why can you get so easily scammed on social media?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really big question. I mean, it's something you and I have talked about, Eric. You know, is why do people trust people they've never met. Why do people trust people on social media? But and there's obviously an aspect of human nature that people do. A lot of people are heavy social media users, but social media, for much the same reason as crypto, what it provides is anonymity. It's untraceable. And it's a real issue with, especially with the meta platforms, with Instagram and Facebook. And I want to highlight here, if people are looking at my screen, this is an article by Finance Magnates published last year about scam victims on social media who lost funds. And you can see here Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, huge, all these big social media scams. And this tallies up with an article actually I wrote a few years ago using our own research. This was in South Africa, but I think it holds true for around the world. But 56.1% of people who reported being defrauded by a scammer or a broker were first contacted via social media. And this is a real problem, and it has been a real problem, and it's going to continue being a real problem because obviously the social media platforms don't really want to do anything about it, or they don't have the will or they don't have the manpower to do anything about it. But yeah, scammers approach people on social media and then they convince them via social media that they're a broker or that they can, that they're somehow a Forex trader. And then people will pay them in crypto over social media despite never having met the person. And then they'll take the money and run. Um, it's, it's a pretty sad state of affairs. But again, yeah, the reason scammers use social media is anonymous. They can just disappear. They don't have to respond for as long as they need to.
Yeah. And when it comes to like forex scams brokers, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, because then it's not just a single person most of the
No.
time. Can we look at some examples of like forex brokers that are basically scammers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and this is the thing in the world that we work in. Most brokers are online, and so what scammers do is they build websites that look like legitimate online brokers. And we're going to look at three today. And the first one here I want to look at is hillfxmarket.com. If you're watching this, you can go to the website and you can follow along with me. It's hillfxmarket.com up here. And there's a few things here that immediately are going to put you off about a Forex scam website. There's the first thing you want to look for with a Forex broker is regulation. And all good Forex brokers will, at the bottom of their page, will have their regulatory status. Here, you can see we've got nothing here. There's no regulation. There's a copyright. There's an address, which I'm sure is a lie. And there's absolutely no regulatory status here either. The second thing we want to look at here is with Forex scams, one of the biggest things you've got to look out for is someone offering to trade on your behalf.
Yeah.
Now you cannot trade on someone else's behalf unless you're licensed. And this is in pretty much every country in the world. So no matter where you are, if you're in South Africa watching this, you're in the United States, you're in the United Kingdom, you're in Sweden. If you're going to trade on someone's behalf, you need a license from the financial authority in your country. These people obviously have no license, but here they are saying, making money constantly in the Forex market takes years of experience. We trade our expertise to save you from the losses and make you money from the beginning. There's no need to spend time studying the charts. We do all that for you. So not only are they unregulated, they're also saying they're going to trade on your behalf. They're basically saying, give us your money, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing you want to look for is jargon, right? You want to look for jargon. That doesn't make any sense. So Hill FX Market, earning profitability with our mining servers, right? What does that even mean? Earning profitability with our mining servers. And I mean, it makes you think about Bitcoin, right? And here we can see there's all these cryptocurrencies here listed on their website. But then, weirdly, they're talking about Forex trading. Forex trading is not crypto trading. They're two different things. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. So for me, there's a lot of warning signs to this site. I look at something a little bit more advanced. I mean, look at this one. This is Terra Forex. Doesn't this look like a nice website, Eric?
It does.
Doesn't this look great? We provide a secure and reliable, transparent environment to trade CFDs. right? And this is actually a lot more clever, right? This actually does look a lot more like a legitimate Forex trading website. There's discussion of MetaTrader 4, which is the real Forex trading platform. There's links out to the Google Store and iOS, and there's an app here. It's all very, very good. There's testimonials even from clients and their funding methods. And so at first I was like, gosh, these guys, maybe they are legitimate. Even I was a bit confused here. Look, they've got education, they've got tools and platforms, they've got all kinds of cool stuff here. But then I did this and I scrolled down to the bottom of their page. And it says here, TerraForex authorized by the Financial Conduct Authority, which is a real regulator. And they're the regulator in the United Kingdom and
Yeah.
received a deemed variation of permission. I mean,
And what?
I have absolutely no idea what that means. I have never heard that before in my life, what a deemed variation of permission is. And it says here, the firm is subject to regulation by the Financial Conduct Authority in the United States. There is no United Financial Conduct Authority in the United States. The Financial Conduct Authority is in the United Kingdom. In the United States, it's the CFTC. Also, in the United States, Forex trading is illegal. Well, CFD trading certainly is illegal. Anything like this is illegal. Um, yeah, and so immediately I'm just like, okay, these guys are lying. But it's very sophisticated. Look, they've got a chat function here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can understand easily that a lot of people would get sucked into this. It's very clever. And then, I mean, this is another thing. We go to the regulation. Then the other, you can see they were talking about the FCA here, and then here they're talking about CIFIC, which is another regulator based in Europe. But the two don't add up. So as I said, like before, the first thing you want to look at here is regulation. You want to do your own due diligence. You want to do your own digging here. Finally, I want to look at the digital trades group. Um, and this we can see here is a bit more. It's not quite as nice as Terra FX, um, but you know we can see here there's obvious. More than 15 million people trust over 5 billion with digital trades group companies. Over 5 billion and counting. I mean, we can see here the language is, and then, they're based in 5501 Virginia Way, Brentwood, and Tennessee, apparently, multi platform. And then here, they've got their plans. And these are huge amounts of money that people are asking for 50,000 for an 18% referral bonus. And you can purchase these as demos. And then they've even got a list of recent withdrawals and how they withdrawed it. They withdrawed with Bitcoin. Um, the whole site to me um, screams that this
Scam.
is, yeah. And then look at this. They've got all these licenses down here,
Yeah.
which have obviously been ripped. Um, a letter of guarantee from the United States Bankruptcy Court. I mean, certificate of a limited company. I can tell this is an FCA. This is a limited company in the United Kingdom, and this is a very bad copy from Companies House. You can see here, Digital Trades Group is very clear and legible, whereas the Companies House, all the logos are quite difficult to see. You know, and then down here, is there any mention at all of regulation? Nothing.
No.
There's no mention at all of regulation. So, and another thing I want to talk about here is the another thing that you'll often see with these, and we don't see it anywhere here, is guaranteed returns, right? I mean, this is really a big flag when people say guaranteed 100% return on your investment. There's no guarantees in forex trading. There's no guarantees in any kind of trading. Forex trading and any kind of trading is a high risk activity, and most people lose money doing it. And so anytime you see any of these forex scam websites saying that you can see guaranteed returns, then you will, yeah, then you're pretty much 100% dealing with a scam. So these are ways of seeing of noticing scams. You want to look at regulation. You want to look at the jargon. You want to make sure that you want to see the guaranteed returns. You want to see if there's poor English on the site. You want to see if they're offering to trade on your behalf. Any of those should immediately raise a red flag for you. Um, yeah, that's how you tell. That's how you tell what a scam is. Before we move on, though, Eric, I do want to make a distinction between
Yeah.
scam brokers and predatory brokers. What I call predatory brokers.
Yeah.
This is a predatory broker. This is FXCL. Um, they are a real broker. They're a real broker, and we've received quite a few complaints about this broker. They are a registered business. They are operating legally, technically, and a lot of people have complained about having struggling to withdraw their money from them. And I would hesitate to put them in the same bracket as a scam. They might be a scam, but they are a legitimate company.
Yeah.
And this is another issue here. We can see here if we look at the bottom that FXCL Markets Limited, they are a registered company. They're registered in Botswana, and I've looked them up. They're real, and they are a registered company. Botswana, unfortunately, does not regulate forex brokers. So if you give these people your money, you have zero way of claiming your money back. You
Well,
would
that's a
have,
shame.
yeah. And so even though they're a real broker and you can trade with them, and they have been around for a long time, a lot of people complain about them, and there's very little you can do apart from complain.
Yeah.
So this is why when at fxscouts.com and our other sites around the world, we only work with brokers that are regulated by 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 regulators that we trust, that we know around the world. So like the SCA in the United Kingdom, CIFIC in Europe, the FSCA in South Africa, ASIC in Australia. We only work with those brokers because you don't have to be trading with a scam in order to lose your money in Forex to a bad broker. You can be trading with a predatory broker who just refuses to give you your money when you try and withdraw. And there's very little you can do about it. So it's so important to trade with a regulated broker.
Yeah. But even if you miss all these steps and you still get scammed,
Hmm.
you still like wrap everything up with like almost the most important thing. If you get scammed, like
Mm.
obviously you're gonna be upset and sad and everything and feel like, oh my God, maybe my life is ruined to certain degrees. Like, how do you handle being scammed, like psychologically?
Well, I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's an awful thing being scammed. We collect scam reports from people all around the world, and I mean, there's a number of emotions that people go through. I think desperation.
Yeah.
A lot of people have invested their life savings in some cases. They've given their life savings to these scammers. And then a lot of people, I think, feel real shame, you know, they feel
Yeah.
shame that they've been scammed. Nobody likes being cheated, and to not realize you've been cheated, and then to all of a sudden have that realization. So I think the number one thing what a lot of people do is they don't want to talk about it, because they feel ashamed. And I'm saying I understand where you're coming from, but it's really important that you get over that shame and that you say yes, I have been scammed, and that you go to your local regulator
Yeah.
In the United Kingdom, that's the FCA. The FCA has got a number that you can call, and they have a contact form I'm showing here on the screen that you can do it. South Africa as well. If you're in South Africa, there's FSCA. If you're in Europe, your country will have a financial regulator, and you can approach them. And it's really important to get in touch. And what they'll do is they'll put you in touch with their team, the financial ombudsman, and they'll file a police report. And this is a start. I'm not going to lie. Most people do not get their money back once they've been scammed, but there is a chance. And I think it's much better to acknowledge it and to talk about it and deal with the reality of it than it is to avoid it. And I feel for these people who've been scammed. It's awful. It's a really awful experience. And yeah, and if you have been scammed and you're watching this or listening to this, then I wish you best of luck. And I do hope that they find the people who scammed you.
Yeah. Well, should we end it there? And
I think so.
my neighbor's starting to, like, I don't know, destroy the whole apartment upstairs, I think. So it's maybe, so
Probably,
maybe we should end it.
yeah, probably
Yeah,
a good time to stop
maybe
it
we
there.
should end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superb, Eric. Well, next time I think we'll probably go back to we'll have a look at we're going to have a look at Trump and his tariffs again and what's happening in the forex market, and I'll answer a few more of your questions.
All right then.
Sounds good. Speak to you later.